If Substack feels intimidating or like everyone else already knows what they're doing, then this video is for you. In the next 10 minutes, I'll walk you through the minimum effective setup on Substack. No overwhelm, no pressure to get it perfect, just enough to get you set up calmly and into the fun part, the writing. By the end, you'll have your account set up, your profile page, your about page started, and you'll be able to post. You'll know exactly what to focus on and what you can ignore for now. If you want the full 1 hour walkthrough, you'll find that linked below in the description. I'm Ashley Evans. This is Wannabe Wisdom Diaries. Let's begin. There are 3 places that you'll spend your time on Substack the most. The number 1 is your profile page, and we're going to get into that, but that looks like this. And it's your bio, your photo, your activity. This is where people actually go to learn about you. Number 2 is your notes feed, and that's where we just were. And this is the social space. This is where conversation happens. There's discovery. You're finding new creators. They're finding you. You're connecting with people. This is where you spend the majority of your time. And then the 3rd place is your dashboard. And this is the behind the scenes of your Substack. This is for your eyes only. It's where you find your subscriber count, your paid subscribers, how much you're making if you have paid subscribers. It's your analytics. You can look at your growth. This is for your eyes only. It's your dashboard. And you'll basically use it to adjust your basic branding, write and edit posts, view your published work, gently check your growth, like I said, in moderation. You can really get in your head if you are tracking your analytics too closely. I write a little bit about that online because it's something that you really don't want to focus all your attention on. You want to keep your mind in the creative space of writing and creating and less on the vanity metrics. Step 1, creating your account. So you can start on your desktop or your mobile. You're going to go to substack.com, the homepage. I have the links linked in the document, or you can do it on your mobile. I do recommend, even if you do this on your desktop, make sure to go download the mobile app to your phone. It's super handy and you'll use your mobile app a lot. I'll let you do that. You can pause this here if you'd like. Come back. Let's start by setting up our profile page. It can feel sometimes a little confusing how to get to your profile page, but I'm going to show you the way that I find it the easiest. And I often have these other tabs open once I'm going back and forth. You can see at the top of my screen. I keep a tab to the notes open, a tab to my dashboard, a tab to my profile. The easiest way to get there is on the right-hand side. Here it is, that little icon with my face on it. That's my profile. You can see the notifications, your chats. But if you just click on that little icon and you click up here, the little handle, Wannabe Wisdom, Ashley Evans, click there and it'll take you to your profile. So that's the easiest way to navigate to your profile, right-hand side when you're in your dashboard. So we're in our profile page. It doesn't take long to fill out, but it's important. So you're going to find the edit button. See this edit button on the right-hand side? You're going to click that. Your name is there, your handle is there. There's an option for a bio. You're going to upload a photo as well by clicking the little photo thing. You can upload a photo from your desktop. I have a little picture of my dog Thor and me here. Then you're going to write a short bio. You can see my bio here. Think of the length of like a Twitter bio or an Instagram bio. This is not a resume. The profile bio is different from your publication bio, and we will get to the publication bio. But the profile bio is about you, and it's what someone gets by reading your work. Your publication bio explains what the newsletter is and who you're writing for. You're not listing credentials here. You're implying the transformation that people will get. You don't have to overthink it. Just something, what you write about, what you hope your readers will get from reading you. There, it's done. Now we are going to keep going to basic branding. So head back to your dashboard. From here, we are going to scroll down to the bottom of the left-hand corner. You see here where it says settings. Here you are going to put in your publication name and a short description. This is the publication bio I was talking about. It can be the same as your profile bio if you'd like, but I recommend it's a little bit different. It's more about what your publication is about and who you are writing for. So I like to emphasize the who I'm writing for on this part. I say, for the sensitive, the stuck, the seekers, and the scribblers, I help you turn self-doubt and paralysis into expressive, emotionally honest work. You can add a publication logo here. And then moving down, you're going to select your language, and you're also going to select your categories. So there are, I believe, 29 categories you can choose from here. And don't overthink this one. Go through it and pick the primary category that resonates the most. For me, it's literature, because everything I'm doing is about writing and self-expression and creativity. So that feels right for me. It's not quite fiction. It's more nonfiction, really. So I put literature, but you could put anything here. Your secondary category is a little more open to interpretation. I've actually, for a long time, I had education here. Now I'm like, no, I'm more of like wellness, like, yeah, thinking about mental health and well-being while you're being a creative. So you can pick anything you want here. Don't overthink it. These help with search, discovery, and ranking on Substack's leaderboard. Just click 2 categories and move on. We're going to take a little side trip now to our About page. The easiest way to get to your About page is from your website. So we're going to go back to our website. You go back to this little dashboard, click your website. If you notice at the top, your navigation pane, you have all these buttons. There's always an About page on your right-hand side. So if you click your About page, it will take you to a place to write a letter to your readers. Your About page is usually the first place people go. Think of it as a start here page, sort of. You know, it's not a resume. You can use it to share what you write about, why you created this space, what readers can expect, how often you publish, what makes this different from another publication. People love context and they love a story. They want to know why you're here. You might include a photo of yourself. I think that's a really good idea. People like to see the human behind the publication, especially in the day of AI. So make sure to put touches of yourself everywhere. It's a place where people can go to linger to learn a little bit more about you. So let's get into notes a little bit. Understanding the notes feed. This is the social layer of Substack. It's similar layout to what you would see in Twitter, X, or Facebook. Notes is where relationships start. I just want to make an important distinction between posts and notes for you. New Substackers often get confused with this, but this is really important. So posts are your long form writing. They're your essays, your newsletter, the work emailed to your subscribers. Notes are short form. Think sticky notes, not essays. If it's a really reflective or layered piece of writing that's longer, it's probably a post. And I have a little rule of thumb for myself that a note is typically 3 to 10 lines max for notes. I do see some people posting really long notes, and sometimes it works. But if a note is getting really long, in my mind, I think, why not just make it a post? Notes works best as breadcrumbs, these small human moments that lead people back to your deeper work. So in a nutshell, notes supports your publication instead of distracting from it. That's when they work the best, when it supports it. So friends, we are ready to write our first post. Writing your first post, your first essay. So we're going to click the big, on my page it's pink, but usually this will be a big orange button. And if you go back to the main page, home, it's orange. See this big orange button? So let's click it. You have 4 options: note, post, video, live. We're going to click post. You'll see a text editor here with space for a title, a subtitle, clean writing area. I usually place a feature image right at the top if I'm going to add an image. Got to put a title, big balloons, and then subtitle, flying in the sky. We are ready to publish it. But before we publish it, we want to preview it just to make sure there's not any last mistakes. We're going to close that little window. You're going to come to the right top preview button, click it. And so here you can see what your essay looks like. Pretty cool. You can also click the share button here and then send it to yourself in an email. And then you'll get a test sent to your email. And then if you're like, yep, it's ready to go, you will press the continue button. And you have options here before you send it out. So it is ready to send out to everyone. You hit that right hand button in the right bottom corner to send it out to everyone right now, or you can schedule it at a time. You just schedule it here and it will be ready to go. Just a little final note on self-promotion. I'm really a big believer in promoting your work. You need to promote your work like a sociopath. If you're an empath, if you're an actual sociopath, maybe you need to be more of an empath. You don't need to master Substack right away. You just need to make it work for you. Think of the things we went through as these steps: setting up your profile, writing your about page, publishing a post, writing a few notes, responding more than you post. Writing is a long game. Finding your rhythm means choosing a pace that fits with your life and gives you space to reconnect with the deeper reasons you write, beyond fame and virality. Thanks for being here. I'm Ashley Evans from Wannabe Wisdom Diaries on YouTube, and I write Wannabe Wisdom Diaries of a Fake Guru on Substack. If you want deeper support, you'll find the links below to my 1 full hour Substack tutorial available on Gumroad or through Substack if you become a paid subscriber. And if this helped, liking it or subscribing really supports the channel.